Okay. I hope I can put y'all up there and it'll stay. I'm pretty sure. Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So I've been reading you guys' comments on my Suboxone taper update video, and y'all are the bomb. Thank you for understanding. I think that, hey, for a lot of people, when you have a channel and people are watching you, you want to do a good job. You want to, you know, get off the medication and show everyone, like, look, I can do this, you know? And I made some really, hey, Richard, I'm doing good. I really made some stupid decisions in January, you guys. I don't know, on earth, I thought that I could jump off of Lexapro. Hey, Amanda Sue. I'm glad you're here, girl. Hey, Christy. I, you know, should have never. Yeah, Philip, so let me tell you guys, y'all, if you guys have been watching my videos, then you know what happened. But I'm kind of filling some of the people who haven't been watching and might not know. Sorry, that's my kids. My son and his best friend. So in January, it was the start of the new year, and I started doing this emotional weight loss journey with Roberta, Rockin' Roberta. She had sent me this book by this man named Sunny, and if you guys want to check out Sunny's channel, his channel is called The Sunny Side, and he wrote a book about emotional weight loss. And so I started working out of this book with Sunny and Roberta, and I did a guest star on his channel. It was so much fun. He read my my tarot reading and my horoscope and all that. It was just so awesome. So I got super excited. I got real inspired, right? I was like, that's what happens with me. I get real excited, real inspired, and I'm like, gung-ho, this is what I'm going to do, right? Hey, Nick, what's up? Man, I'm telling you, it's been okay. Don't worry about it. You're here now. That's all that matters. So I got real excited, and I was like, you know what, you guys, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get off this medication. I'm going to jump off Suboxone. I'm going to get real low on my Suboxone. So that way, when I go to my doctor in February, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go. Right? Okay. My channel started popping real hard. People were coming over. I was getting, you know, a lot of really good feedback. Ego started kind of taking hold. I'm just being honest, okay? My ego started pumping me up. Oh yeah, girl, my ego is inside of me. Yeah, girl, you can do it. Yeah, you gotta show these people that you can do this. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump from 12 milligrams of Suboxone to 6 milligrams. I just had a baked chicken breast on a bed of rice with broccoli. So I'm doing good, and I got my water. So my ego started kicking a little bit, you guys, and I think y'all could probably tell that my ego was kicking because I was kind of getting a little aggressive, you know, towards the middle of the last month. Well, and I'm usually really good about checking myself, right? Well, I was just not checking myself. For some reason, I was just really struggling, and I know it was because I jumped off my mental health meds. So January 1st comes, I do my collab with The Sunny Side. I'm feeling good. Life is grand. I'm eating right. I lost 10 pounds right off the bat, right off the top. Real easy. Just fell right off, right? No, I haven't weighed yet. I haven't weighed at all. Oh, sorry guys. Then I got really excited, and I thought, well, the weight's coming off. I'm collaborating with people I like on YouTube. I'm feeling good. My job is going well. I'm going to taper off the Suboxone down to 6 milligrams. And fuck it. I'm going to jump off my Lexapro. Can you guys see me now? Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Okay, good. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? This is easy. I can do this. I'm jumping off my Lexapro. So here I am. I'm at 6 milligrams of Suboxone. And, okay. I'm on 6 milligrams of Suboxone. I lost 10 pounds at the beginning of January. And I'm like, I'm a champ. I'm a beast. I can do this. So I was like, I'm going to jump off this Lexapro. I was on 5 milligrams of Lexapro. So I jumped. Now, I jumped because I was running out anyway, and I didn't feel like calling my doctor because I'm a lazy bitch and asking for a refill. So I just jumped. Okay? So here I am, living my best. 3 days goes by. Everything seems fine. You know, I'm jumped off my Lexapro, and I'm feeling good about life. Then the 4th day hit. And I cannot tell you guys, I didn't feel like killing myself. I didn't feel like dying, but I felt like my head was not attached to my body. Okay? I felt like my eyes were constantly going like this. I would be standing completely still, and my heart would be going palpitating, right? While I was standing there. I couldn't even really do I was doing videos, but every time I would come on to do a video with you guys, I would feel like I was in a complete panic attack. Like my whole heart would be beating so fast. And it was just the strangest feeling. So that went on for 7 days. 7 days I was off the Lexapro. 8th day comes around and I call my doctor. And I'm like, listen, I made a mistake. I jumped off my Lexapro. Can you refill it for me? Like, yeah, why are you jumping off your Lexapro, Nicole? Don't worry, I just need it. Can you fill it? He filled it for me and I got back on the Lexapro, right? And yes, Nick, I have. Maybe a little bit less than 26, actually. I think I've been right at 23.25, I think. So, okay. So I jumped off the Lexapro and got back on it. 8 days gone by. Okay. And it literally took a week for the Lexapro to get back into my system and to like start giving me some kind of relief, because I was so manic. I was literally running around like a fucking crazy person. So here I am. I'm pumping out videos, you guys. I'm pumping videos out. I'm talking about life. I'm doing a 4-part series on my addiction story time. I'm doing live streams every night talking about recovery and what works and how to stay sober. You know, just what I do. And I can handle that. Like, that's not overwhelming me. Like, I love doing those things. That's part of my program, right? And, okay, Nick, I will. And so I'm not, like, feeling stressed because I'm doing my videos or anything like that. But I'm kind of, like, trying to bounce back from, you know, jumping off my mental health meds, you guys. So I was really, really sad, you guys. Like, it was just really uncomfortable for me. So while I was in that like rut of being off my Lexapro, I went back up on my Suboxone, because here's the deal. I never tapered with my doctor. Like, I never went, and my doctor never tapered me. Like, I had just started at the first of the year because I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And then I have my doctor's appointment in February on the 14th. Well, I went back up to my regular dose. I think I was right at 10 whenever I went back up. Maybe I probably took a little bit extra on some days. So then, excuse me, guys. Then I go up to the doctor on the 14th, and I told him, you know, hey, and this is my first official visit with my doctor after the new year. I'm like, you know, I want to taper. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? And we sat down, we had a talk for about 30 minutes, you know, and he told me, he said, I don't see why not. Like, I think that you have, I actually I shot Roxy's, but I've shot heroin, 3 or 4 times, but I was a Roxy shooter. And so, meth and Roxy, cocaine, IV. So we talked and we sat down and we made out a plan. And this is how he explained it to me. So what we're going to do is he's going to take away 2 milligrams right off the bat. So my prescription had always been written for 12 milligrams. So he took away 2 and sent me home with a prescription for 10 milligrams for 3 months. Okay. And then in May, I'll go back and see him and we'll go down 2 more milligrams. All right. So I'm going to be on 10 milligrams for 3 months. Okay. We're going to get myself leveled out at that amount. And then when I go back to see him in May, we'll go down 2 more milligrams. All right. Well, it's, you know what it is, Erin? I think, you actually if you're shooting heroin, you're risking your life every single day. Suboxone is about harm reduction and being able to build a foundation of recovery as in like changing your old behaviors, getting a job, paying your fines if you have any, staying actively working on you on the inside. And Suboxone is a great tool to use to get to a point wherever you feel comfortable and you're not relapsing back and forth on heroin. But every time you go out and you relapse on heroin, you're risking yourself, your life. You're risking. And my son got taken away and I got out of treatment. I was just like, you know what? I can't risk my life. So I got put on Suboxone. And now I feel like I'm at a place where I'm ready to start tapering, So I haven't experienced any physical withdrawals from going down a couple milligrams. I'm going to tell you this though, you guys. The brain is a powerful, powerful thing. My mind will tell me that I need more. My mind's like, oh girl, you got the yawns. You got the yawns. And I'm like, been on 3 years. What the hell, There's no way I'm not, but it's all in your mind. And it's so crazy, you guys. Hey, Weston, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the channel. I just want to be honest with you guys and let y'all know, like, it's really, really a mental thing for me. Like, I haven't felt any different taking away a couple milligrams, But I know for me, the hardest part of getting sober was not stopping drugs. It was staying stopped. It was the mental fucking part of it. It was the getting away from the people, places, and the things and stop hanging around my old friends. It was the not doing criminal behaviors anymore and stealing and hustling. Like, it was really difficult for me to change my life, I love you too, Share Bear. Thanks, girl. For me, it's just, it's a lot in my mind, Oh, cool. That's what's up, Weston. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you made the choice to, get on the medication to change your life. And that's the thing, you guys, like, don't let anybody shame you because you are on buprenorphine, okay? Suboxone is a great tool. And if you use it in combination with therapy and therapy meetings and 12 steps, whatever you prefer, it can really help you. And I even like to say, you know what, some people might need to be on the medication forever. Like, we don't know. We're not that person, and so who is it for me to judge? You know what I'm saying? Whenever I went into inpatient, I was there for 30 days. And when I came out of inpatient, if you want to, you can check out, I have a 4-part series kind of telling my story. It's in a playlist, and it says My Addiction, The Ugly Truth. But I had already been to like 7 rehabs, and I'd already been to prison. So it was like, I wasn't learning anything new going into rehab. Rehab was just a place that I would go and get my bearings and then bounce back and be back on the dope. You know what I'm saying? And so now that I have had 3 years on the meds to get my life back, y'all, I'm telling you, it's taken me every bit of 3 years to get to a place where I'm stable in my life. You guys would have, back when before I got put on Suboxone and I was in active addiction, my jobs, I would lose them. I would get a job and lose it. Once I lost my job working for Kroger, because I worked there for 3.5 years. Hey, Anessa. Once I lost that job, everything went downhill. And I was just bouncing back and forth from bartending job to bartending job. So it was just like really hard for me to get any kind of, any kind of stability. So me getting on Suboxone really helped me, you guys. And that, I don't recommend anybody to get on Suboxone because I'm not a doctor, but I recommend you to really look into things that will help change your life. That's so awesome, Nick. Oh my God, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. I love that. But here's the thing, you know, it changed my life because it gave me a chance to stop obsessing. And I learned how to stop obsessing over drugs. I learned how to stop hanging out with those people and stop going around my old dope friends. I finally learned that all those old dope friends, you guys, they don't care about us. They need us because they need to have dope. So we all help each other get high. That's what dope friends are about. Dope friends aren't about helping each other. Dope friends are about, what can you help me get? You know, but for the longest time, I didn't have any normal relationships. So I thought those relationships were healthy relationships. You know, and it's just like, oh, I know a Share Bear. Nicole, you hadn't experienced any withdrawal symptoms going down. No, I hadn't at all. That's the thing. Like, the only thing that I was experiencing, you guys, I'm telling you, for real, was my mind telling me that I needed more. I wasn't yawning. I wasn't hurting. I mean, I literally cut my dose in half. And I've done that several times before, like maybe, especially when I first started taking Suboxone, you guys, I used to overtake my medication, okay? I was really bad at it. I would run out of it early, and it was really becoming a problem. So I was getting called in, right? And my doctor would count my script, and I would be like real short because I was eating them all. Because I thought if I ate them all, they would give me more energy, right? You guys, Suboxone don't work like that. You can eat as many as you want, and you're still going to feel the same as you did 10 minutes ago. Such a waste. But when you're an addict, your mind tells you that you need more. And so that's what would happen. My mind would just sit there and tell me, you need more, you need more. And back then, when I first started on Suboxone, I didn't have any coping skills. I didn't have any, I didn't have the things I have now. Like now I know, and I practice these new coping skills with, you know, going through what I'm going through instead of just taking the dope and eating it. Just, you know what I mean? Or getting the medicine and just eating it all. It's a whole mind thing. It's like a whole mind fuck, you guys. Girl, I am not. And that's the thing, like, that's why I needed to make this video and talk to you guys about it. Because this is what happens to me. I listened, I watched you guys, and I love y'all so much, and I want to make y'all proud of me. I want to show you guys that I can do this, right? But my doctor recommends to me to literally go down 2 milligrams every 3rd month. And that's how we're going to do it. You guys got to understand something, okay? I shot dope for 15 years damn near, all right? I really don't want to fuck up my life. I do not want to make a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Christy, it's totally normal to go through that where you're like overtaking it. And what's going to happen is, seriously though, I'm telling you, you need to get to a meeting, girl. and start talking to somebody who knows what you're going through. If you can find another girl like, you know, like me, no, I'm just playing, another woman kind of like me who has been through what you've been through, who can tell you, you know, like, yeah, it happens. Every person, I'm so God. You can ask anybody that's been on Suboxone that's in the comment section right now, did you struggle with overtaking your dose? Let me read y'all's comments. I know, Jessica. I just, that's what happens though. It's like I want to make y'all happy. And it's hard because it's pressure. And you might not mean it like that, but it is. Because I want to do good. Take time, Nicole. Yeah. Right, don't rush it. I think a lot of people rush it. It's like setting yourself up for failure. And that's the thing, like, why am I rushing? Like, I have no need to rush. I have been doing so good for so long. Like, why am I trying to jump so fast? Like, getting off my Lexapro was the worst decision I have ever made. It really put me back, you guys. I remember being on Suboxone 24 milligrams a day. Hey, Low Flow. I seen you over at Leonard's channel. Oh no, Jessica, you're okay, girl. I know. We talk on the me and Jessica talk on the phone, so I know your intentions are good. When I first started to. To be honest, I gotta sell part of my script just to afford it. So really, I'm on 16 days. You know what, Weston? I've been there too, honey. Yeah, take my time. The doctors, the psychiatrists, all the people who think they know everything know absolutely nothing. Listen, Weston, okay? I've been there too. And let me just tell you, this is what I'm going to tell you. I had to learn the hard way. I used to have a friend who would come over and she always wanted to get my Suboxones, right? And for a little bit, I entertained the idea and I would do that, right? And then I started, like I said, overtaking them. This is probably the first year and a half, 2 years that I was on Suboxone. And I would get called in for my counts and I would be short. And it really started setting me back in my recovery, in my treatment. What I had to learn, you guys, is that behavior of selling our Suboxone or trading it or whatever you want to say, that's an old behavior. That's criminal behavior. That's illegal. Okay? And I know you're probably going, well, I can't afford it. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. There are coupons that you can get from the MedRx place online. If you'll look up Suboxone coupons, there are coupons that you can get to take down the price. But it's really difficult whenever you're trying to do right and you're trying to make your life better, and then you're you know, having to do that because it's setting you back mentally. You guys, you might not think it, but when it's a permission statement to your brain. When you're letting yourself do stuff like that, you're telling yourself, hey, it's not a big deal, it's okay. You know, that's what I'm trying to say, Weston. And it can cause you to go off on the wrong track. Because what happens if Joe Blow comes over and they're buying your Suboxone strips? They got a pocket full of Xanax. And they're like, hey man, I got Xanax. And then for me, that's what happened to me. You want to hear the story? A lot of you guys already know it. But the girl that always wanted to get my subs would come over, and one day she came over and she had a pocket full of Xannies. And I fucking got them from her. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to eat these Xanaxes up. Well, then I got fucking cold feet. And I was like, I'm going to relapse. So I put them in my wallet. Well, my husband came home and he needed money. And I had $20 in my wallet. So he went over there to get the money. And guess what he found? My Xanaxes hidden in my wallet. I mean, we had the biggest argument over it because here I am busting his balls for struggling with his recovery, and I'm over here trying to sneak attack some Xanaxes. Yeah, it just happens it's so easy, you guys. How do you get the coupons though? Do you have to print them out? Oh, Melinda, you listen to me. I just went up to my pharmacist because I wanted to talk to find out so I could tell you guys. Go on to Google and type in Suboxone coupons, and all kinds of stuff will print up for it. There is even, what is that thing that you can do? Just type in coupons for Suboxone, and it'll bring up a bunch of different options. I don't know if you have to print them out or just show the barcode on your phone to your pharmacy, but seriously, it can help you so much. And I went up there because I was asking, because I know a lot of you guys are on there. Okay, let's see what. Good RX. There you go, Weston. That's it. So, and then there's also, you know, if you see your doctor, you guys, and say he writes you a 30-day prescription, you can always go into your pharmacy and say, hey, I only have enough money for a week's worth. Can I buy them by the week? And I know that you're probably going, well, damn, that sucks. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Doesn't want me to. You know, I don't, Melinda, my experience with methadone was not good because I would abuse it. Cut me a deal. Yeah, they are, Weston. I'm on the tablets. You know, and sometimes you just got to do that, you know. But here's the thing, you guys. Whenever I was on drugs, I spent double the amount I'm spending now on Suboxone. I was on drugs, and me and Neil, we'd go through hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day. Yeah, me neither, girl. I was so messed up on that shit, I would be running around looking like a crazy person. Do you put them under your tongue? No, you put them under your tongue. I can show you what they look like if y'all don't get triggered. I don't want to trigger anybody. They're orange pills. They're disgusting. I'll tell you that right now. Do you know what I have to do? I have to break them in half. And then break them in quarters. And then break...
It's a little Mario thing.
Hey, Mario, what's up?
No, actually, I'm Luigi. I'm Luigi.
Yeah, they're a lot cheaper because, you know why, you guys? Because they're not the name brand. That's why. And so if you can get they're the generic ones. My insurance won't pay for the name brand films anymore. They used to, but now they won't. And I'm on, like, care insurance for right now until me and Neil change our insurance over because, you know, we got the marriage. Okay. I get the pills too there. Melinda, they come in tablets or films, like a Listerine strip. Yeah. They wanted to make sure everybody had, you know what. Yeah, it's expensive, you guys, but you got to understand something. For those of us who were junkies, we were spending a lot of money on dope every single day. You know, so it's, you got to think about it that way, you guys. How many of you can add up all the money that you were spending in your addiction? Okay? Think about it. Okay, so yeah. Now in my recovery, I spend $200 every third month. So I don't even spend it every month to see my Suboxone doctor. That's it. And then my insurance pays for my prescription. So that's a lot cheaper than I was going in my addiction. And then in my addiction, I was wrecking cars. I was getting tickets. I was, you know, doing felonious shit. That's a great deal, Weston. That's not bad at all. You know, so there you go. Yeah, we're saving money now, you guys, and that's what you got to do. We're saving money, and we're also not putting ourselves in high-risk situations anymore. You know, do y'all know what a high-risk situation is? It's hot. How many of you guys have been, you know, how many of you guys are high-risk situations now? Are you, you know, where you're, whew. When I went to go see my doctor the other day, that's what we were talking about. You know, he goes, now is the perfect time to start tapering because you don't live in a high-risk situation. You have a stable job. You have a stable housing. You're stable in your mental health. You're not taking, I'm staying on the Lexapro. I'm not going to jump off. I know, Anessa, me too. 75 for 150. That's awesome. That's not bad at all. So think about it, you guys. Okay, for me, I was spending, listen, I know y'all are going to shit. For me, I was spending $30 for one Roxy. And I needed at least 3 Roxys to be okay. Okay? So me and Neil, what we would have to do was we would sell his methadone prescription because he got methadone pills, 365 methadone pills a month. We would get that prescription and we would literally sell it for $2,000, $1,500. Yeah, 30. Yeah, and so it was crazy, you guys. We were just like, trading that so we could get Roxy's. And so we are all changing our lives by not taking place in those high-risk situations anymore, you guys. And if you don't have good insurance, you can always get put on like Medicaid or that state insurance. Don't give up. And if you don't know how to do those things, you guys, reach out. I'll help you figure it out, Yeah. It was like, you guys, I swear to God, now I have my diamond rings, like my marriage ring. I never would have been able to hold on to that in my addiction. Y'all ready for a story time? So, in my active addiction, when me and Neil, hey James, what's up, buddy? Me and my husband had been together for like probably 3 years, and we've been together for 7 now. But we had been together for about 3 years back then, and he bought me this beautiful, beautiful engagement ring. It was white gold, blue diamond, okay? So it had the blue diamonds like this, and then, yeah, I got a diamond ring, and then the diamonds around it, the white diamonds around it. And so one night we had went on a bender, right? And we were out smoking crack. Ugh, God, I hate that. I always fuck shit up when I was on crack. So we're running around smoking crack, right? Well, we ran out of money, and Nicole, I had a bright idea. I was like, we could trade this ring for some crack. Never saw that ring again, you guys. Never. I traded it to this lady, and she gave me $40 for this ring. $40 worth of crack. That was like a $2,000 ring. Hey, Goku, yeah, I was just actually right at the beginning of this live. I was talking about what me and my doctor, what the plan is. So I've went down 2 milligrams. I'm on 12, and I went down 2 milligrams. So I'm on 10 now. And the way my doctor explained it to me is that we're going to go down 2 milligrams each time I go in to see him. But I have a long time to taper, so I'm not rushing. We're going to take it one day at a time. We're not doing it fast because, like I said, I didn't get addicted quickly, so I'm not going to be able to get, I'm not going to be able to get off the meds too fast because I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way and that I go through the least bit of withdrawal possible. So, are you, okay. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I can do it. Well, I don't have, that's the thing. So, I really appreciate you, though, saying that. Here's the deal. I'm not in any rush, okay? I've been on the medication for 3 years, okay? I'm not gonna rush because if you guys watch me, the longer you watch me and the more you get to know me, you will start to realize, okay, that I get overly excited about things and I jump the gun, okay? I'm the first to admit it. I don't want to screw up, you guys, okay? I cannot relapse. My son needs me, okay? I cannot make a bad choice. So that my doctor recommended, we do this real slow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go slow, slow, slow. Probably take me about a year to come off, completely off. But when I get completely off, it's going down. We're gonna have the biggest celebration, y'all. And hopefully you guys will all subscribe to my channel and stick around and be here for me and help me through all this. You know what I'm saying? Because I need you guys to help me stay on track. So, hey, Goku, do you want to share with us how you got down? Or how much you're on and what's going on with that? We would all love to hear it. So, anyway, I'm glad you guys are all here, though. I've been really missing y'all. I've been trying to come on, and each time I come on, there's not a lot of y'all here anymore. And I thought, you know what I did? Because I was going live every night at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I had a reminder set, and I haven't been setting those reminders for you guys. So I'm sorry, and I'm going to get back on top of that. So we're going to go back to having our regular meetings in the evening times. Tonight we'll all be free, okay? But tomorrow night we'll do our meeting at 6:30 p.m. like we were doing all the weeks before. Because I like doing that and staying consistent because it helps me, you know. Y'all are my people, you know. It's just I really want to do this so I can show you guys who are out there that are struggling that if I can do it, you can do it. I hope you realize that's what I want to do. I want to show people that if I can do this, anybody can do it, you guys. Those you started out 3 years ago. I started on 16 milligrams, but okay, so 3 years ago.
Mommy?
Yes.
Do you have something to eat?
Yes, hold on. 3 years ago, I started out on 8 milligrams, okay? I stayed on 8 milligrams for about 60 days, and I went to see my doctor because back then I had to see my doctor once a week for the first six months. Okay, Weston, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Sorry. 8 milligrams is what I started out on, okay, for the first 60 days. 60 days goes by, and I come in, and I felt like I needed to go up. So I went up from 8 to 12 milligrams. And that's where I've been at ever since. I haven't ever, went down or taken away. I've always just stayed at that. And I felt comfortable with that. But at first, it was hard for me to kind of figure out, because here's the deal, you guys. I don't so much think it was me needing more. I think it was my mind telling me that I needed more, What I think now is I think that, and this is just my personal opinion, you guys, if you're on higher milligram, then you just do whatever has to work for you. I know, I wish I could too, Leonard. I would do it all day. But I gotta work. Gotta work to make that money, honey. So anyway, so I got up to 12, and I've been at 12 ever since. I haven't went down, I haven't went up. I've just stayed at 12, and that was a good amount for me. Honestly, Christy, I feel like, and you're probably a lot like I am, girl, I feel like what happens is our minds tell us that we need more. You probably would just be perfect, just like I am at the 12. But, because think about it. When I got put on the medication, I was shooting up Roxy's, meth, heroin, cocaine, all kinds of stuff. Anything you can put in a needle, I was shooting it up, okay? Anything. And so, hey Melvin, what's up? How you been feeling?
Oh, there's Ashlyn.
So whenever I got off of all those things, it was more it wasn't about me being in withdrawal when I got put on the medication. So when I got put on Suboxone, I wasn't in withdrawal. I was sober 30 days. I had been off of everything for 30 days because I was in treatment. Remember, you guys? So if you're getting put on Suboxone because you're coming off something, then your experience might be different. Okay? You might be on a higher dose than I was because you were coming off of stuff and you were needing the medication for the withdrawal relief. I didn't get put on the medication for withdrawal relief. I got put on Suboxone because I didn't want to relapse. So I got put on medically assisted treatment. I didn't get put on it because I didn't want to go through withdrawal, or I went through all that. I did all that. I needed it because I wanted to stay sober, and I was afraid without it that I couldn't. And I'd never been on it before, so I said, what the heck, I'm going to give it a try. And it was probably, I feel like it was a really good decision for me. Like, I have never stayed sober over 6 months, ever since I've been trying to get sober. And I've been trying to get sober for years. Like I said, if you guys watch my addiction story time, it's in a playlist. Finish up my last piece. Oh, good job, Melvin. Good job. Good job. Well, what do you maintain that? How are you going to maintain that? Sobriety. Are you going to meetings? I'm on 6 milligrams a day. Sometimes I forget to take mine. Yeah, that's cool, Melinda. You're doing great, girl. That's the thing, you guys. Like, I honestly feel like Suboxone is such a strong medication that we could be on a low dose and be fine. But it's a lot of the mental stuff, you guys. It really is in our minds. I promise you. Like, at first, I used to kind of get offended when people would say that. And I'd be like, no, I need this. You know, and now I realize that it really is, it all is in your mind. This is the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette. And it's got a lot of these little glitters in it. And then, what was that other one? Oh, this other one is the Desi and Katie Francation palette. Oh, so pretty. So, I used to be really judgmental, you guys. I used to judge people who were on Suboxone because I thought that they didn't want to be clean and sober, and I thought that they were just trying to take the easy way out and stay getting high, right? I really felt like that. And then what happened to me is I started struggling, and I couldn't get sober. So then I was put in that position where I needed help. And so it really kind of knocked me down a few feet because it humbled me, you guys. It humbled me, okay? All of us are so different, okay? My addiction is different than your addiction, you know? Your addiction could be to cocaine and Vicodin, you know? A lot of people want to say, oh, well, everybody should just be on milligrams. And I don't believe that. I believe that each person is different. Some other people's addictions, and I'm not trying to say somebody's addiction is, well, no, I am saying this. There's levels to addiction, okay? Just like there's grades in school. We all start out at kindergarten, okay? And I've made it up past motherfucking college. I got my master's degree in addiction. Some people don't make it that far, okay? And I'm not bragging about it, but what I'm trying to explain is that not everybody goes to that point where they're jamming a needle in their neck, okay? Some of us have, though, and Suboxone is a life changer. Suboxone ain't shit compared to the life that I used to live. Suboxone is sober as fuck for me. You know, it's sober. Like Leonard's got his master's in addiction. That's the thing. And listen, I think a lot of people get me confused and they think, oh, she's bragging. She's bragging about being a junkie. No, but you can't understand unless you've been down that road. It's different than working a job and buying pills every day. It's different. It's different when you're going and you're stealing and robbing folks, okay? It's different when you get shot in the leg when you're trying to cope, right? Right, Leonard? It's different. You go down to this it's a demoralizing point where everything goes to shit. You'll do anything you can for that next hit. And I think people think, oh, well, Nicole thinks that she's the only drug addict in the world, right? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there are levels to addiction. And you guys got to understand, like, when you've been down and you're in the hood copping heroin off of a dude on 12th Street, and then you sell your husband's diamond ring for 40 of crack cocaine, that is a whole different freaking level than sitting in at your house eating Vicodin out of a bottle. It's so different. And that's where our experiences help other people, because I share my experience being a crackhead. I mean, I was bottom of the barrel junkie. When I met my husband, he pulled me up out of the gutter, y'all. I had nowhere to go. I was living on somebody's couch. He helped me. He brought me up because I was nothing. I had nothing. 6 years old, 28, but anyways. Pain issues, that's what the doctor told me, which I found out it wasn't, but then I needed it. It was hard to stop. Oh, I know, Goku. I can totally understand that. And cut it into 8 tiny pieces. After my first dose, I was good for 3 days. Then I took another one. See, Melvin, how do you have that self-control? You're okay. Because I don't have that self-control where I can take a piece every 3 days. That's where I have to ask you, like, did you just have an abuse problem, or were you or do you have an addiction? Because that's the thing. This is what happens is, like, people that had a problem with abusing drugs get mixed in with people who have full-blown addictions. And then people don't understand. They're like, how could somebody how could you sell your punani for drugs? It's easy. When you need the drugs, you'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? But you can't understand unless you have that, unless you're an addict. Like, unless you're an addict. Now, I'm not saying, like, I wish that I only had the abuse problem. I wish that I only, you know, I wish I could regulate my use and I could take, you know, one every 2 days. It's 5:46, but that's just not how it was for me. I am an addict. When I took the first one, I lost all power. I lost all the power of choice. I wasn't that bad compared to some, but I still have a strong mental and physical addiction. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying, though? Like, there's the power. You lose the power of choice when you're an addict. And there's a difference between being dependent on a medication and having to take it because your body will go through withdrawal, and being addicted. Okay? A lot of people get that confused and they think, oh, well, I'm addicted because I'm dependent on that substance. You know what I mean? But that's just not, it's a dependency. Addiction comes with negative behaviors. Addiction is different than, in fact, we're going to read the definitions, okay? Because, and I'm not trying to say any of you guys aren't addicted. I'm just trying to clear up some things that could be confusing, okay? So here, we're going to read the definition of dependence. Here's dependence, okay, you guys? Okay. The state of relying on or being controlled by someone or something else. Reliance on someone or something. Okay? So that's what happens when you're on opiates. Your body becomes dependent on them. You might not be addicted because you're not going out and taking all your pills. You're not stealing from people. You're not, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Not all who are physically dependent are addicts, but all addicts are physically dependent. That's good. There you go, Christy. My husband, too. I didn't even have a driver's license. Was living with my mom, fresh out of rehab. Yes, that's how it was for me and Neil. He saved my life. And then we got bad together. But for the most part, he really helped me to be a better person. So, addiction is a brain disorder characterized by compulsive engagement in rewarding stimuli despite of adverse consequences. See? Negative consequences, negative behaviors. Keeping on doing it even though you're dying. That is addiction. You feel me? So, I'm never ever trying to make any of you guys feel like you don't have an addiction. I just want y'all to know that that's what happens a lot of times when people come in and everybody will be sharing their stories and sharing their situation, right? Is you get people who mix in with people who really aren't addicts. And then they look at you and they judge you and they say, oh, well, you know, how come you would do that? How would you prostitute yourself? Or, that's what I'm saying. Melvin, oh, baby, I'm not saying about you. I'm just trying to explain that's what has happened to me, is that people will come in and they'll not understand, and I'm like, how can you not understand? You must not be an addict. You know what I'm saying? Not you though, Melvin. I'm just speaking generalized. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get all my feelings hurt because I think, am I crazy? Am I weird because I did those things, or am I just an addict? No, Nicole, you're just an addict. Melvin, but you're better than I am. I don't have that control to, like, take a little sliver. And I guess it's because, I don't know. Some of us have a little bit more control than others, you know. And I could see where you could do that, especially when you were going through the hell of coming off the medication. So I'm proud of you for being able to get through that. That is a fucking huge accomplishment, man. I'm so proud of you. And you're always, 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 always welcome here on my channel. But I never want you guys to think that I'm like thinking I'm cool. Addiction is not cool. Addiction is not funny. Addiction sucks. Addiction sucks the life out of you. I don't ever want you guys to think that I don't appreciate all of your stories and everything you share with me. When you guys share what you've been through with me, it makes me remember what I've been through. And it helps me stay on track.
We were
I know that, you know, I'm on medication-assisted therapy, but I'm telling you guys, I think that I'm the cleanest I've ever been in my life. This is a miracle that I'm even able to sit here and talk with y'all.
Shower it!
What, baby?
Shower it, Ashley! I'm talking in a phone.
Good job, you guys.
Those little things down there,
yeah,
are my tooth.
Good job. And I just want